Two dialogues were held regarding the Afghan crisis this week. One hosted by New Delhi with 5 Central Asian nations and Iran and Russia. The second by Islamabad, which declined being part of the Indian initiative and hosted China and the Taliban. While the tone and tenor of both the meetings was expectedly on the similar lines, it was the level of sincerity that set them apart. Not just not joining the Indian call for peace, but holding a simultaneous meeting only confirms what this Pak-China alliance has been working on. The idea is not just to dig in their feet, but not let others who really seek peace and freedom for the war-ravaged Afghans to gain diplomatic access to it and its people.
The third regional security dialogue, with its expanded version that included 5 Central Asian nations of Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, along with major regional players, Iran and Russia, was hosted by New Delhi to discuss, deliberate and set a plan of action to assist Afghanistan in restoring peace and balance in coming times. All participating members reiterated strong support for a peaceful, secure and stable Afghanistan. They also emphasized on the respect for territorial integrity of Afghanistan and non-interference in its internal affairs, a veiled comment on Pakistan and China, who have been vigorously trying to expand their footprints under the Taliban regime. They all expressed their concern for the situation that has been spiraling out of control in the past few weeks. From massive food insecurity to the liquidity crisis and the security situation, Afghans have found themselves in deeper troubles since the Taliban captured power. Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, who presided over the meeting, called for a greater cooperation among the members so as to protect Afghanistan from plunging into Taliban 1.0 era.
We all have been keenly watching the developments in that country. These have important implications not only for the people of Afghanistan, but also for its neighbors and the region. This is the time for close consultations amongst us, greater cooperation and interaction and coordination among the regional countries.
The Delhi dialogue echoed the international community's stance, where they underscored the need of an inclusive government that represents the will of all the people of Afghanistan. The 12-point declaration sought immediate financial assistance for the country, a non-discriminatory distribution of aid, and measures to be taken to prevent Afghanistan becoming a safe haven for terrorist groups. It also underlined the key role of the United Nations in order to prevent the humanitarian crisis in the country. Member states also committed to intensify their actions at both individual and multilateral level to prevent all forms of crisis that might emerge from Afghanistan in coming times.
А также будет способствовать скорейшему установлению долгосрочного мира в этой стране. Многосторонние встречи секретарей Советов Безопасности по афганской проблематике являются важным форматом, позволяющим на самом высоком уровне обсудить весь комплекс проблем, связанных с развитием ситуации в Афганистане, а также выработать практические меры по противодействию вызовам и угрозам, исходящим с афганской территории.
Another similar event was held in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. And since the prime objective of Pakistan for years has been to upstage India and Afghan matters, there was no surprise when it was held immediately after the Delhi dialogue. Pakistan believes that its deep desire of converting Afghanistan into its protectorate has a major obstacle in India. It has been consistently hatching anti-India diplomatic designs with its so-called all-weather ally China. Not to forget, it has done nothing concrete or commendable vis-a-vis Afghans since the Taliban swept to power in August. It's all been rhetoric and no real assistance. But the question that arises in such circumstances is if such insincerity and dishonesty will continue to be employed by Pakistan and its allies, then how will Afghanistan, a state that stands on the brink of collapse, will come out of the crisis? Will the international community remain a mute spectator? Will the US become more assertive? Will Russia call out Pakistan? Or these meetings will just remain a symbolic exercise in the face of rapidly growing misery in Afghanistan?